All right, man. I had a really cool song I was going to come into, but recording with this equipment is really hard and it doesn't work out. I did a couple takes and it sounded bad. It sounded really bad. So, no music intros. I'll save it for another time when we have better equipment. Hello, and welcome to the Everything So Far podcast. We are a man down. It's official. It's a solo podcast today. It's just me, and you'll have to deal with it. We're not joined by our usual Arnie. He went through a traumatic experience recently where he decided to take on the project of installing a pool by himself. Never done it before. Maybe watched a few YouTube videos here and there, but you know what? It's changed him since he took on this project. It's changed him in a lot of ways, and I'm worried about him. I'm putting my hands out there. I'm letting him know that I'm available if he needs to talk to somebody, but that's up to him. I can't rush him to come back from whatever darkness he's in right now. He's in darkness. He's not even. Who is Arnie? I mean, where has he been? We haven't seen him in weeks. I don't know. I just hope he crawls out of that hole he's in and comes back to the podcast. This chair is empty. It's usually occupied by Arnie. Not this week. Not this week. No. But maybe next week. Hopefully next week. Keep hope alive. And you out there, pray for Arnie. We need him. He's part of the team. We're not the same without him. So this is going to be a little different for me and a little different for you all. You have to listen to my voice the whole time. There's no buffer of this idiot speaking in between. So we'll make the best of it. I don't know how we'll get through it. There's not going to be normal segments because the other segments require two people, whereas I am one people, but we'll see what we can get into. But if there is positives to this, I'm pretty good at talking to myself. I have been told that I like the sound of my own voice, which I do not. I mean, that's probably true. I like to hear myself talk. Um, but yeah, we're gonna do this. It's gonna be a shorter episode because you got one guy bringing all. Well, that's normal also, but you know what? Normally I can play off him also. So we're going to do this. Hopefully it's not a reoccurring thing, and we'll have Arnie back in the very near future. Pray for Arnie, guys. Hashtag pray for Arnie. Let's start it. Let's do it. He's going to come back better and stronger than before. I'm confident that he will. Very confident. So yeah, this is different. We've been out for a few weeks because, like I said, Arnie's building a pool, and I was kind of helping him out a little bit. He took that on himself. He's tries hard. I wouldn't say he's great. He tries hard, but I'm a great helper, and I was trying to help occasionally, not quite doing as much work as he did. I wasn't in as deep as him. I didn't go into that dark spiral that depression he's in now where he can't get himself out. So let's hope and pray that he can pull himself out of that depression and that dark pit that he's in right now. I'm confident he can, and he will. He'll join us next week. So what's new since we last talked in the world? COVID is still a thing. I think the last episode we had, my co-host here reported COVID was gone and it was finished and we're going to all get better. But he did not have his facts in line there because COVID is not gone. It's not. It's still a thing. It's still something that we have to account for every day. We got to wear a mask. We got to wash our hands a lot. It may be worse. I know a guy who used to have COVID and he was a gay guy, and now he says that he likes girls again. So COVID is doing some weird things out there that we did not anticipate. So let's hope that it doesn't mutate in any negative ways. I mean, who knows how that guy's life was affected? I mean, he was a gay guy, and now he likes girls. That had to flip his whole world upside down. COVID is stretching too many boundaries here. It needs a stick to just killing people and making people sick, not changing their everything so far. Yeah, but anyways, there's a lot that's changed. We got, a healthy supply of sports. I think we talked about it. We got football starting up soon. I'm excited about it. I think it's actually going to happen. It's going to be interesting to see as the season progresses how fluid and how everything happens. If they have any hiccups along the way, I'm sure they will. I'm sure that you and I will have fantasy teams, and we'll have to account for when our starting running back has COVID that week and he can't play because he has to quarantine himself. And maybe the following week he'll have to quarantine himself again. We'll have to account for that stuff. And that's just the world we live in today. The world's not the same. Have you noticed? Look out your window. Okay? Because if you didn't notice, then what kind of world do you live in? Florida? Yeah, that's what I'm assuming you live in Florida then. Oh, that was stuck. I got it out. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. I got it out. Cool. So, yeah, sports. What else? I don't know, man. It just seems like every time I turn on the news or anything, any social medias, there's just gnarly, nasty things going on all over the place, stuff that I don't want to read about or know exists. So, I mean, we have to deal with that. And I guess I don't know how to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. I'd rather just preach PVO and promise you that if you listen to this podcast, you're going to walk away with a healthy dose of positive vibes, hoping that I can maybe lighten up your day, maybe change your mood. Maybe you watch the news and you feel all shitty, and then you turn on this podcast and you're like, hey, this is a big dumb idiot right here, and I'm going to listen to him and forget about all the bad things in the world. Do that, because, I mean, that's what I'd want to do. If I had an outlet like this to listen to, I would watch it and hope that I forgot about the bad stuff. But I never would, because, I mean, honestly, I'm not that good at talking, and I'm not that good at a lot of things. So keep your expectations low. Mine are already low. We're going to stumble through this podcast. We're going to get through it from beginning to end. And I promise you, it will not be a long podcast. It will be a short one. But I'm here for you. I'm here for the people. I'm a man of the people. And here we go. I had to think of some new segments because, like I said, most of our segments are a two-person thing, and there is just one of me. So I kind of went back into the old history books of the Everything So Far podcast, and I looked at misconnections. I dove deep in there for the first time in a long time, and dude, let me tell you what, there are a ton of thirsty married people out there, man. They're putting their stuff on the Craigslist. They got, their husband is going away for a week on travel, and the wife is looking for somebody to come keep her company while he's gone. And I don't know if she's insinuating anything's going to happen, but one would assume that she wants to get it on with that person. And that's just kind of scary to me, man. I mean, people are putting themselves out there, and they're putting information about themselves out there for strangers, like, that are expecting something, have this expectation that if I contact this person, or if, this person is interested in doing that sort of thing with me, what if this person is a psychopath? What if this person is like, oh man, what if they are not who they say they are, and they send you a picture and they are not that picture? I mean, these are things these married people got to think about, because, I mean, Craigslist is kind of dicey. I mean, you never know who you're going to meet. I mean, you never know who you're going to get in connection with. So these married people, they need to be more cautious and understand what they're getting themselves into. I mean, it just kind of blew my mind. The amount of people I saw that were out there and just looking for a little thing on the side. Hey, but I'm not going to judge them. It's just be safer, look out for yourself. Never know if that guy is Mike Myers, or that guy's Freddy Krueger who's coming to see you. Gotta be aware and alert. Times are tough. People are crazy these days. Also saw a post on there that was a guy just letting his buddies know that the sex party he had planned, it was off because of COVID. They had to cancel everything. So he was just putting it out there. And I thought that was cool because, I mean, maybe the freaks that he knows go to Craigslist a lot and look for, possible hookups or, stuff like that. So he just put it out there that his party, his sex parties were canceled. He gave them an alternate thing that could, satisfy him in the meantime. It's called boinknow.com. So if these guys are listening and they were going to this dude's party, he wants you to go to boinknow.com and look for certain outlets so you can express yourself that you would have had at his party that you can't have anymore. So boink.com. It's I haven't been there, but if you go there, let us know. And we want to know what it's about. Let the Everything So Far podcast know. Let us interview you. Write something on our social medias. And by the way, speaking of social medias, we are on the social medias. We're at the Everything So Far podcast on the Facebook, the Everything So Far podcast on the Instagram, at the Everything SFP on Twitter. Hit us up. Let us know what you think. Tell us what you think about these misconnections. They'll blow your mind. What else? Yeah, we're on social media, and we're also on all streaming outlets. We're on the Spotify, and we're on the SoundCloud, and we're on Apple Podcasts, and of course YouTube. Listen to us at all of them. Maybe every episode on every streaming outlet would be ideal, because I think that's when you get the most out of the podcast. So do that. But anyways, back to the misconnections. There's just a whole bunch of good stuff. I was looking at local stuff because there's some crazy people around here. We got a white man who said he needs some white wood. And he was very brief, and he was very to the point. He said that he was a white man looking for white wood. So if you know what he's talking about, there's a guy in Solomon's who just put hole in wall. And then after that, he just put try it out. So if you know what he means by that, do it. Try it out, he says. I don't know what he means. I'm just not going to do it. So yeah, a lot of good stuff on here. Some funny stuff. There's an old friend who's looking for an old friend, and their name is Colleen. He says, don't flag this. Colleen, work on base, he says. So Colleen, if you know who that guy is, he's your old friend, and he's looking to reunite. He's very brief and to the point. He says you work, and it's on a base. And he said you would know. He's worried people are going to flag that. So hopefully they won't. Hopefully he finds his friend Colleen, and let's hope for the best. I always hope for the best when I read these things because, like I said, there's a lot of freaks, a lot of crazy people out there. But here we go. Tan in the Buff. This guy's from Southern Maryland. He's looking for some place to enjoy the sunny days. Doesn't mind company or just an audience. He's a 42-year-old male. I kind of feel like he's just thrown himself out there. He might want to hang out. I don't know. He's not saying what he's wanting you to do, but he wants to hang out in the sun on days, not, because you can't hang out in the sun on nights. So that's what I'm getting from that. So that guy is a tan guy. He's not saying much else about himself. So if that's something that you're looking for, I mean, message this guy, send him some DMs or something. I don't know. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, somebody was missing their perv. Oh, wow, that's a big one. Missing my perv. This is in Lexington Park. We were off again for almost 7 years. We have been off now for several years, but I think of you often. After your long absence, you would ask me to be ready and waiting for you like the good girl I am. And I was ready and waiting for years and always. She says, I would hear your car pull in the driveway, open my door, your foot falls on the stairs, the shoes fall off, the belt sliding off the loop, pants, shirt, the belt occasionally across my bare ass. Your weight pressed against my back, your voice in my ear, low and husky. Did you miss me? The answer was always yes. And as it is now, life has taken us in very different directions. And now I'm missing my perv and I miss my friend. Wow. that was deep, and it went in a lot of different directions. She's kind of a freak, but I think she's got a hole in her heart because she misses her friend. So we need to help this lady out. She's trying to find that friend that I think he filled a void in her heart that is now it's empty. So yeah, that was a, I mean, was that too weird? I mean, they're putting themselves out there. They're putting a lot about themselves. I guess if the person is the other person, they're gonna know who they're talking about. But somebody like you or I hits on this ad and we're like, I have no clue who that is. What a crazy person to throw that kind of information out there. Oh, man, a lot of good stuff on here. A lot of good stuff on here. Let's see. Oh, I'm ready. Are you? Hey, guys, you got a girl here looking for a man, 18 to 44. Wow, 44. Why not 45? Want some fun? I know you're out there, and go ahead and hit me up, and let's see what happens. Her name is Carol, and she wants to know about you and the things that you're into. Maybe you guys can have, similar fetishes, similar hobbies, maybe. Hit Carol up. She's looking for a good time. Let's see. What else can we get into? I think I saw some things from Washington, D.C. Let's go. Whew. This one sounds steamy. This guy in D.C., actually, it's a lady. She's looking for an unclogged pipe. She's looking for a man that wants to unclog pipe. We could trade. What does that mean? We could trade. You could just unclog and leave by your choice. Please put your age, size, and rules that you have. I, at most, like to meet at a motel to be discreet. And that girl right there, her name is Lisa. And I don't know. I think she's putting herself out there. I don't know. You got a lot to think about there. She needs an unclogged pipe. It's kind of weird if she's meeting at hotels. How does she know that the pipe is clogged? It's a hotel. It's not her place. I don't know. A lot of weird stuff on here, man. Let's see. Heavy. I'm search of females with extra pounds that need understanding. This guy's in Damascus. He needs a heavy friend. Look him up. I don't know his name. I think there's a link. You click it, and I think you can email him or maybe send him a message. Maybe tell him, hey, I'm not so heavy, but I want to be your friend. I need a friend. Maybe. Maybe that kind of stuff works out. I don't know. Let's see what else. This is we'll look at one more. There's an experience seeking a female pet. Let's see. Experienced, clean, sane, safe, fit, male. Seeks female pet to use and own. Willing to train and willing to pet. I'd stay away from that guy. It doesn't sound safe. He speaks in single word sentences. They're not complete sentences, and he puts periods after that. So I don't like that. He thinks that you can be his pet. I think that's not okay. I don't know. That kind of is a red flag to me. So I don't know if you feel the same way, but I would be on the lookout. And those are misconnections. Some crazy people out there, man. Be safe if you're on these websites and you're trying to find a significant other or somebody to connect with, because I don't know if you're going to get what you're looking for. It could be something totally different. It could be something totally in left field you weren't expecting. So always expect the unexpected when you're dealing with Craig and his list. I mean, who are you to think that like that person, your person, the person that is you're meant to be with in life is on knows Craig and is on his list? That's kind of naive if you think that way. So take care of yourself out there. Maybe search elsewhere from the Craigslist stuff, because it sounds dangerous, man. I'd be kind of worried. I don't know, man. So I got thinking, we talked about mixed connections just now. We talked about missed connections. What other things could we missed? And what other things can we talk about that that would take up some time and some content? Because honestly, I'm struggling. Usually I make fun of Arnie. He's not here. So I'm struggling for content. I'm thinking, hey man, missed connections. How about missed inventions? Yeah, inventions that just didn't pan out. Maybe it could be anything, man. Like what's I looked up some things. Who remembers New Coke? I remember it actually not that well because it came out the year I was born, 1985, and it was disgusting. It just was not. It was not received well by its tasting audience, and I think they were thinking the slogan "New" on Coke would be groundbreaking, but in reality, it was just Coke. I don't know what kind of marketing genius thought of a New Coke, but in 1985, New Coke was just the same Coke from 1984, but they just put the word "new" on it. And today, here we are in 2020, we're still drinking New Coke, but it's just called Coke. Who thought of that invention? I mean, it sounds kind of lazy. I mean, step your game up and do something that's actually new. Don't just put Coke out there with the name "new" in front of it. Stupid, man. Senseless. Somebody put tanning beds on here. Lots of people use tanning beds. I don't know, but they said it's and it probably is because it's dangerous. But people use tanning beds, so it can't be a missed invention because that one actually worked because people are still using that shit. Maybe they shouldn't, but they are. Let's see what else is on this list. A Segway. You remember the Segways? Those little stand-up two-wheeler ride things? I guess people were really hurting themselves on these things. Remember that guy from Arrested Development used to ride it around all the time? That was great. I don't think Segways are that bad. I just think that you should know what you're getting yourself into when you ride them. Not a dumb invention. I think it's just dumb people maybe shouldn't ride them that are riding them. So dumb people, maybe you. I don't know. So inventions, missed inventions. Maybe we can add this as a real thing. It could be a reoccurring thing. Me and Arnie can talk about it when he comes back from the depths of that deep pit that he's in. We can talk about new things we want to put on here. So I also know this crazy Facebook page that I look at every once in a while. It's called Worst Buy, and they're not actual inventions, but they're funny play on real inventions. I know they had this the Glade plugins. Instead of a Glade plug-in, it was an anal plug that when you farted, it would put a nice scent out in the air. And I got to thinking that wasn't quite a bad idea. And we should probably make this a real thing. Because, I mean, I'm not telling you that it happens, but I walk around and people fart and I know they fart. And they don't know that I know they fart, but it smells. And they keep walking and they can't smell it, but behind them smells. But if they had one of these plugins in, one of these anal plug Glade plugins, then maybe it wouldn't have smelled so bad and things would have been good. So, what else is on here? The Worst Buy has Crest Onion. So it's where you brush your teeth with toothpaste that is onion flavored. Who wants to do that? Raise your hand. No thanks. I hate having bad breath. That's disgusting, but it's funny, right? What else? So they have we get these packs of masks that we have to wear out in society now because of COVID. They have an old El Paso 8-pack of tortilla masks that has a guy, and he looks like he made the taco in his tortilla mask, and he's wearing it. It's funny. So you should wear that because I actually like that idea too. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. It's making me want a taco, that's for sure. But yeah, check out Worst Buy on the Facebook because it's funny and you'll definitely come across it on your feed and get a chuckle out of it every once in a while. And the world needs more of that. More of that. We do. And you know what? You know how me and Arnie usually bounce off scenarios off each other? Well, there's this this blog, this website out there that kind of stole our idea. It's called Barstool. They're making big time off of it, and their idea is called Ask the Internet, and it's actually an app you can do on your phone now, and it's got a lot of great things, you know, where you can go through all these series of questions and think about what would you do, or with your friends talk about what would they do, because there's some crazy scenarios. So let's play here. Ask the Internet. The first question we're going to ask the Internet, and I'm going to ask the audience of the Everything So Far podcast, and I will let you know what I think about it as well. It asks, would you rather wear cargo shorts every day or no socks ever again? Shoot. I mean, I don't like cargo pants. They look stupid. I definitely would prefer to wear. Prepare, I mixed the two words. I would prefer to wear no socks ever again. I don't even like socks. Who wears socks? Raise your hands. I wear socks when I have to, but if I didn't have to, I would not wear socks. So I'm going to go with no socks there. If you pick the cargo shorts, you're probably a psychopath. It's just my own thought. If you were in an open field with an aluminum baseball bat, how many 10-year-olds with bike helmets could take you down before they got you? Man. 10-year-olds with bike helmets, and I have a bat. That's like assuming that I would swing the bat at these 10-year-olds. I don't think I would do that. I don't think I would do anything to hurt these 10-year-olds. I think I would just kind of protect myself the best way I could. I'd be like, what are these crazy 10-year-olds doing? Can you chill out, 10-year-old kids? I didn't do anything to you. And just kind of like curl into a ball and just wait for them to finish doing whatever they were doing. I mean, you're not gonna beat up a 10-year-old kid when you're a grown man. What a stupid question. So, yeah, I mean, it would probably take, like, how many of them would it take? Like 10 10-year-olds to take me down? I don't know. That's a tough one to think about. It would probably take 4 or 5 10-year-olds. If it's just taking me down, that wouldn't be that hard. So 4 or 5, probably, I'm saying. I would try my best to fight them all off, but I think that I would eventually fall to my knees. I would try to stay up as long as possible, but I think the weight of the 10-year-olds, the 4 or 5 of them would take me down. It's just what I think. You could think otherwise. Let us know. Social media. Hit us up. Next. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck? Oh, man, 100 duck-sized horses? That's a lot of horses. I think I would rather fight 1 horse-sized duck. Yeah, because I think I'm going to go with a horse-sized duck. And I don't know, I can't give you a good reason for it, but I think the outcome would be better. So the question again was, would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck? I'm going with the horse-sized duck. Whatever you prefer, we want to know. Let us know. Just like comment, maybe say 100 duck-sized horses. Just kick them all. Just kick all the duck-sized horses. Just kick them. I mean, I don't know what I would do to fight against a horse-sized duck, but I think I would fare better against the horse-sized duck. It's just a thought. Thoughts. Ooh, this one says, if you could see a sex tape with any 2 movie characters in it, who would it be? Like movie characters, like roles, these actors or whoever played, or it could be from a cartoon show, maybe something that you fantasized about. Man, I'm not going to put myself out there on that. That's a good one. I have a lot of thoughts, then I'm going to keep to myself on that one. But if you have thoughts and you want to share, let us know. Social media, hook us up, hit us up, all the things. Word. It's really weird, like doing this scenario game and not having somebody to interact with. It's whatever. I'm pretty sure I can hear right now. I'm in my basement, and I'm pretty sure my family is up there judging me for talking to myself. Would you judge your family member that was in the basement doing a podcast by himself, basically talking to himself? What would you do? Let us know. Hit us up on the social medias. Let us know what you would do. Oh, God. Okay. This is getting ridiculous. This is hard work. I don't know how these people that do the solo podcast do it. Like Theo Vaughn, I listen to him all the time. And he's just good at like expressing himself to himself, I guess, and getting his message out there, because I'm having a hard time with it. I'm struggling. If you think Turd sucks at solo podcasts, hit us up. Social medias, let us know what you think. We want to know. Because this is not a solo podcast, and hopefully it will return back to its normal ways next week. Hopefully. Another question I want to ask you, the Everything So Far podcast audience. If you could make any two people fight in a no rules cage match, who would it be? I mean, historically, I want to pick the two worst people to ever exist and put them in there. Like, I want to take Kim Jong-il or maybe Saddam Hussein or maybe Osama bin Laden and Saddam Hussein and throw him in a cage match and tell him the first one to kill the other is the winner. I would like to see that. And I mean, that's just me being honest. I don't think I want to see any just, regular person out there in everyday life trying to make it fight in a cage match. I don't think that would be good. I don't know who wants to see that. I mean, and if you do want to see that, then you got to question where your heart is and where your mind is, and what kind of world you live in. Come on out of your darkness, your whatever you're feeling right now. Get over it. Got PVO status, positive vibes only, no hating. And that was a 3-second stare at the camera. I did it by myself this time. I did it unannounced, so you're welcome. And back with more Ask the Internet. All right. Would you rather the world lost all women or all sports? Ho, ho, ho. That's a good one that I will not answer because I just I'm drawing a blank with that one. It's got me flustered. Thinking about it, I can't come to an answer. If you could, would you pick football or would you pick females? Uh, that's really hard to think about. That's really hard to fathom that either of those two things could be gone. Personally, that's not a world I want to live in. So I will not. I will not. Let's see. We can do a few more of these. You go to your girlfriend's house and you meet her father for the first time. He hands you the auxiliary cord. What song are you putting on first? What song would I play for my girlfriend's dad first? I would think about, what era he lived in. Maybe I would play Money or Nothing by Dire Straits, because that guitar is awesome in that song. And it's from, a long time ago. So he could probably relate. He's an old guy. He knows that kind of shit. So we'll go with that song. That's also a good one to think about. But yeah, Money for Nothing by Dire Straits is where it's at for me. That's a fun little app you can download. It's called Ask the Internet. If you're looking for a good way to waste the time with the friends or family, that's for a more adult audience, I think. But look it up. It's a good time. It's fun. Yeah. Yeah. like I said, this is going to be a quicker episode. This is it's tough to bounce everything off yourself. You know, you got to give me an A for effort, right? I'm trying really hard. I'm thinking of the next things to say, and you know what? It's not coming to me that easy. I'm not having the easiest time, but I'm trying. Hopefully, this is not something that's reoccurring because I don't enjoy it. It's a lot more fun with two people. But anyways, this was what I wanted to bring to the table to you guys to just, we're not gone. We're just not really here right now. I'm here right now. Arnie isn't, and we haven't been the past 2 weeks. So I wanted to put something out there so you guys know that we're going to come back. We're going to do it again. We're not done. We're just kind of like life. We don't get paid for this. So this is just something we enjoy doing. And hopefully the people that listen enjoy it also. So thank you for listening. I wanted to have a segment in here about funny videos, but honestly, I think they took all the funny videos off the internet because everything on there is so bad right now and everything is just so shitty. I can't begin to talk about it. It's beyond my pay grade. It's not why I'm here. So if you're out there, everyday life, take care of yourself, be safe. I hope you're being healthy, you're being well, and we will be back to do more everything so far podcast things, hopefully next week. This was a little different, and hopefully you didn't hate it, because I kind of did, but I'm trying. So see you next week. Back to the Everything So Far podcast, not the solo dolo turd podcast. That's the thing of the past. That rhymes. I did that myself, but thanks for listening. Tune in again. It gets better than this. This isn't all there is. Be well, be safe, love you. Peace.